everyone, this is your captain speaking. Welcome to the DHC Network, and today I got a top 5 video for you guys. I know I haven't made a top 5 video for quite some time as I was working on other content and stuff. This is my first ever Dead by Daylight top 5 video. If you like these type of videos, then give it a thumbs up because it encourages me to do more of these. On today's video, I'm going to go over the top 5 worst maps. A lot of maps have came with some chapters, others have been in the game since day one. Some maps are good, others are mediocre, but there's just some are just awful. How do I determine a terrible map? Here's the following: by the size, the layout, my experience, other people's experience, the killer's point of view, and the survivor's point of view. If you like these maps, it's cool. I'm just going to discuss on why these maps are terrible, so let's begin. So furthermore, enough of talking, let's get straight to the video, shall we? Starting at number 5, we got the Treatment Theater. This map came with the Spark of Madness chapter. So what's bad about this map? The size is pretty massive for an indoor map. The layout can be pretty complicated with so many walls to go around. Plus the gates are pretty much lined up, but likely the killer will get to the gates before the survivors do. Personally, this map isn't that bad, but the problem is you can likely get lost or have a hard time finding generators. From other people, the map is mediocre to them, meaning it's an alright map, but at times they are likely to lose regardless of playing as killer or survivor. From the killer's point of view, the killer may have a hard time chasing survivors around, especially with the amount of vaults and pallets around. From the survivor's point of view, the survivors may have a hard time finding generators since the map is big with so many walls. Plus, when it comes to the center or the office area, survivors are going to likely get tunneled. Plus, the name of this map is very misleading. Like, it's not a theater. Should have been called the treatment hospital instead. But overall, this map is pretty much mediocre. Next at number 4, we got the Bad Hand Preschool. If there's one outdoor map I want to pick as the worst outdoor map, it will be the Bad Hand Preschool. This map came with the Nightmare on Elm Street chapter. There are 5 variants of this map, and honestly, they're all quite similar. So what's so terrible about this map? The map is quite massive, yet the design is pretty stale. The edges of the map are mostly empty with nothing out there, where the objectives are mostly in the center area. Some variants contain abandoned houses and old vehicles. To me, this map is honestly not that good, as most generators are likely in the center of the map, and there's nothing but grass and trees on the edges of the map. I rarely win at this map since the killer are likely guarding the remaining generators to prevent us from escaping. From other people, this one is the least popular sets of maps. The issue with these maps is the majority of the objectives are in the center and the preschool basement. It's hard to pull a win out of this map. For the killer's point of view, the only issue that the killer may have is either finding the survivors or preventing them from escaping via the hatch. For the survivor's point of view, they are likely to escape with the killer guarding the center area and unlikely to escape with the hatch, as the map is quite massive. Up next at number 3, we got the Midwich Elementary School. This map came with the Silent Hill chapter. Where do I start with this map? This map size is a medium-sized map. The layout is a double-decker. It has a small courtyard in the center, which is surrounded by 2 floors with 8 classrooms in each floor. It also comes with 2 sets of stairs and a debris-made ramp. Personally, this map is easy to get lost and finding generators, especially when going through both floors. Even though this map is pretty difficult, however, I do win on this map more than I lose. Most people hate this map because it's mostly dark, having a hard time locating generators, escaping from the killer, and easily getting lost, especially when you're a new player. From the killer's point of view, you'll likely have a hard time finding them since most parts of the map are very dark. But everything else you should be fine. From the survivor's point of view, you're likely to get lost and will take a while to find a generator, especially when you're looking for the last generator. Plus, you'll get tunneled if you don't use the vaults. Plus, there are not that many pallets on this map, so escaping from the killer will be difficult. Next at number 2, we got the Gideon Meat Packing Plant. This map came with the Saw chapter and is voted the 2nd worst map in the game. So what's so bad about this map? The map is very massive for a meat packing plant. The layout is split with 2 floors. The top floor contains warehouse areas along with crates and some pits to go to the bottom area. The bottom floor is the most confusing area as it has the most walls and vaults and only has 2 staircases to go back to the top floor. Personally, this map is absolutely terrible. I have more losses than I have wins, regardless of the role I'm playing. This map is the sole reason why I lose 2 progression points easily. From what I heard from the other people, they really despise this map due to its bad layout and wasting their time to find generators on both floors. Some people actually disconnect or kill themselves on purpose so they don't want to be in this map. From the killer's point of view, this one issue that killers may struggle is the constant looping from the survivors with the staircases and crates. But there are more times where killers struggle to find survivors since both floors are massive. For the survivor's point of view, this map is meant for tunneling. The only way survivors can escape from the killers by going down to the holes that take you to the bottom floor. On the top of that, survivors will have a hard time finding generators since there are places far from each other. Survivors have a slim chance of escaping if they keep the killer busy unless they are the last one left and find the hatch. Yet this map is hated by the community and is considered the second most hated map. Before we get to number 1, I want to make some dishonorable mentions. Dishonorable mention number 1 will be the Eerie of Crows. This map came with the Artist of a Murder chapter. I honestly don't think this map is bad. Like, from the majority of the community, don't like for the obvious reason. The map is massive. It's too bright. Not many places to hide and not many paths for survivors to escape from the killer. For the killer's point of view, all I can think of is finding survivors since the map is massive. Plus they have to deal with survivors looking at the main building and pallet areas. Survivors are extremely exposed to the brightness of the map and will struggle to escape from the killer. This map is honestly not too bad of a map and my win ratio on this map is pretty high. Dishonorable mention number 2, we got Hawkins Natural Laboratory. This map came with the Stranger Things chapter. As of the making of this video, the map is not available since the Stranger Things content has been removed on November 17, 2021 due to licensing issues. We all missed this map before it was removed. It wasn't liked by the community due to its small size and narrow hallways, where killers are mostly gonna tunnel on this map due to the narrow hallways and not many pallets are present. There's an upper floor which leads to multiple offices, but there's nothing up there unless it's the hatch. Survivors will use the lab stairways to loot killers to buy time to get generators done. The worst thing about Hawkins is the exit gates are not too far and the killer will likely guard the exits and the survivors will have a hard time escaping unless they are quick. Despite the cons of this map, I would love to have it back on the game. This honorable mention number 3 will be all Colwyn farm maps. Some of you are shocked by this, but why the Colwyn farms are all on here? Well, although I know they aren't that bad, but the main reason why people don't like these maps is the changes of these maps. I'm not an original player, but some original players told me that the Colwyn farm maps used to be darker and more dense, meaning that there was more plants and it was darker to find survivors or avoid the killer. The layouts are all the same, but the darkness and the dense plants are the reasons why I make the Colwyn farm maps likable. Now that they're brighter in the map and the plants are less dense, they aren't likable no more. To me, honestly, it doesn't matter since the layouts really hasn't changed, so the maps are pretty much fine. They are not bad, but they were better when they were darker and more dense. And number 1. The worst map in Dead by Daylight history is not other than the Raccoon City Police Station. I hate this map. A lot of you saw this coming. For those that don't know why it's the worst map in the game, where would I start? This map came with the Resident Evil chapter and it contained Leon Kennedy, Jill Valentine, and the Nemesis, which were the best parts of the chapter. But the worst part is it came with this terrible, poorly designed map. So what's so bad about it? The map is absolutely massive. It's even more bigger than the previous mentioned maps. The map's layout contains a main lobby which splits 2 parts of a map. One side contains so many dead ends which has offices. There are narrow hallways which makes you go in circles, which is absolutely annoying and extremely easy to get lost. On the other side contains more hallways, some locker rooms, shower rooms, and the library. This side has 3 floors. Yeah, you heard that, 3 floors! Why would a map need a 3rd floor which contains absolutely nothing? No map in the game has a 3rd floor and it's pointless. Personally, I really despise this map so much because I rarely win at this map. I end up either getting killed first or all survivors escape without getting hit or downed. And to top it off, I get so annoyed whenever we get to this map. I get extremely mad at all times. I just want to get over with. Every time I play this map, I ended up losing. Some of you are just gonna tell me, say, but DHC, you won a few games on this map. Aren't you gonna stop hating on it? No! Regardless of win or lose, I still hate this map. The majority of the community really hate this map. I brought up this map to the community, and 99% of the Dead by Daylight players absolutely hate this map. The only people that like this map are either fans of Resident Evil or really mastered this map, which is understandable. But there are some people who are just delusional, and they think it's the best map in the game, even when they lose a lot. Even worse, there are people who don't even play the game, and they still defend the map. It's ridiculous. Oh my god. For the killer's point of view, you are really going to struggle finding survivors since this map is absolutely massive. They are going to gen rush you, and they escape before you get to down one. Plus, they are going to waste your time by looping in certain areas to buy time for the other survivors to finish up generators and opening gates. To the survivor's point of view, you're going to get lost a lot. You are going to have a hard time finding generators. And the worst part is, killers will play dirty as possible and will use overpowered perks to win the game, and I'm gonna blame them since this map is absolutely terrible. So expect to get tunneled a lot because they aren't that good. And before wrapping this video up, I was told another Resident Evil chapter is coming soon, and they're gonna make more variants of Raccoon City Police Station similar to that of the Braham Preschool maps. Oh my god. If they ever gonna make these maps, either one, use the current RPD map layout and close some areas, or two, delete the current one and resign the layout to make them good. But they're gonna make them terrible, then what's the point and delete them all? Oh, it even get worse, guys. RPD was supposed to be disabled by the end of July, but Behavior decided to move it to early August. Like, what the hell, Behavior? I honestly want this map gone from the game and would rather have Hawkins back. No one's not gonna miss RPD. So that's it for this video. So what do you guys think? You agree with me on this list? If there are other terrible events that should be mentioned, let me know down in the comments down below. So ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give a thumbs like, new here, might subscribe. This is my top 5 worst maps in Dead by Daylight. So as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and welcome to the DHC Network. This is your Captain speaking, signing out.